It's been said a bard's life can often be a hard life, or hill and jail to rove and always move from town to town. And some folk have inquired if ever we grow tired of ranging all around the world and never settling down.
But one should be a little wary of remaining stationary, 'cause comfortable is lovely, but it's not the way we grow. When life starts to unravel, pick up your pack and travel. You'll find a strange serenity in places you don't know. Wriggle-dee-dum-dee-too-da-terry-o-dee. There's so much to see beyond the open door. It's outward bound we go. Who knows what we'll find that we've never found before. Adventures waiting further down the road. It's waiting for you further down the road. You've got no map for showing which direction you are going.
But why start on a journey if you know where it will end?
And once you recognize,
to anticipate surprise, you'll relish every twist and turn that lies around the bend. Wriggle-dee-dum-dee-too-da-terry-o-dee-da-dee-da-dee. There's so much to see beyond the open door. It's outward bound we go. Who knows what we'll find that we've never found before. Adventures waiting further down the road. It's waiting for you further down the road.
The world has got its demons. There are many reasons why you'd find it harder to be brave than be afraid.
But every life could use some danger. Every friend was once a stranger. Ships are safe in harbor, but that's not why ships are made.
Wriggle-dee-dum-dee-too-da-terry-o-dee-da-dee. A fwit-da-dee-da-dee. There's so much to see beyond the open door. It's outward bound we go. Who knows what we'll find that we've never found before. Adventures waiting further down the road. It's waiting for you further down the road. Adventures waiting further down the road.
Let's go!
Well, good morning, my friends. Welcome to Writing Sonnets with Shakespeare. I am, of course, your friendly neighbourhood Shakespeare, as the banner doth say right there. That's how you know. Right here. It's so grand to be back. I'm sorry for missing last week. I was a bit ill, under the weather. I was afraid I had bronchitis. Thankfully, no, it's just a different type of bug. But still, in all, just it was enough, and yeah, it was enough, and you might still be able to hear a little bit of the roughness in my voice right now. But let's also start things off with a nice, noisy slurp of coffee, because it doth make the world go round. So here we go, bringing the mic in nice and close. Hello. Oh, it's just good internet audio. I don't care who you are. That coffee brought to you today by Avoca Coffee in Fort Worth, Texas. Fort Worth. Not an ad. I am just a fan. I was in Fort Worth right before this, having some breakfast with friends this day after dropping off-screen wife off at the airport. So it's been a bit of a long day already. I have been up for 8 hours already. So I might go to bed after this, right in the middle of the day. But it is fantastic. And Victorian London Fog says, fun fact, they have a coffee now as on a coffee account. Victorian London Fog on coffee. So make sure you go check them out. What are you offering on there, my friend? I would love to check it out. You can also support the show right here by going to my coffee at coffee.com/Shakespeare. That's ko-fi.com/Shakespeare to buy me a cuppa. And we just had a nice noisy slurp. But also, my friends over there, you can get yourself your own sonnet commissioned. Commissions start at $20. And I'm happy to take all takers. You can also support the show by becoming a Patreon of the arts at patreon.com/Shakespeare. That's patreon.com/Shakespeare. Tiers start at $3, go up to $30. And I was a little bit late on April's award, so I'm going to be putting April's and a quick extra one in there as well. A new script for everyone who is there. Please also follow me on all of my social accounts. It is the only way I judge my self-worth in life. You can hear me getting rougher as I talk. Linktree, go to shakespeare.approves on Linktree, linktree.ee/shakespeare.approves. Follow me on all the things, which includes the Patreon and the coffee, but also my Facebook, Shakespeare.approves, Instagram, Shakespeare.approves, Threads, Shakespeare.approves. Are we detecting a trend? YouTube, Shakespeare, I think it's .approves actually, and the TikToks as well. And you can also even find me on Blue Sky. Blue Sky, as Laszlo Cravensworth might say. And I'm Shakes Approves over there. Well, I beg your pardon, my friends. And you can also even buy my album, shakespeareapproves.bandcamp.com. But why are we here? What are we doing? Well, my friends, we are here to write our sonnet. What is a sonnet? Glad you asked. A sonnet is a 14-line poem with 3 4-line stanzas. The first line, line A, rhymeth with the third line, line C. The second line, line B, rhymeth with the fourth line, line D. And you repeat that formula for all 3 stanzas. You then complete it with a rhyming couplet that is 2 lines that rhyme with each other. And it's all done in iambic pentameter. What's an iambic pentameter? I will tell you. Iambic pentameter is when it goes, shall I compare thee to a summer's day? So that ba-da, 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 ba-da. Each of those ba-daps or 2-syllable phrases is called an iamb. And sorry, changed the setting there. That's called an iamb. You don't really need to know it. It's helpful to know. But you can go to 11 syllables, which is hendacasyllabic, if the need arises. Clear as mud? Fantastic. Well, my friends, let's go to our document. It is a lovely piece of work over here. And there we go. As you can see, it says ode to, because every sonnet is an ode to something. And below that is the candy jar. The candy jar is where we throw our lines that we are not yet sure what to do with, but we like them. And even we do a candy jar poem every so often of just going back to old candy jars and just stringing something together. And I like to throw those up for the patrons or as a pre-recorded episode. So what would we like to write about today? Throw your suggestions into the comments as I also start talking about some of our sponsors. For instance, Destination D&D. Destination D&D, you can go to Great Britain, where my accent comes from, and play Dungeons and Dragons in Muncaster Castle. Now, This year's tour looks like it's getting pared back a bit. I don't believe I'll be able to go because, unfortunately, with state of the world being what it is right now, and some people losing their jobs due to some dodgy business, we had to cut back a table. But Paolo Garbanzo is going to be there, and we also do a tour in New Orleans in the fall. But in summertime, we are going to Muncaster Castle in England. It's on the west coast in the Lake Country. It is an 800-year-old castle near to the town of Ravenglass. There's Roman ruins on site. There's a tavern, archery, and so much more. Play D&D at night and have amazing adventures by day. Also brought to you by me, Bandcamp, Shakespeare's Bandcamp. Go to bandcamp.com/Shakespeare.approves. Where is that? Or ShakespeareApproves.bandcamp.com, I should say. And get my albums. They are You There, God? It's Me, Shakespeare, and Shakespeare's Summertime Study Guide, Those Midsummer Nights. Full of ridiculous songs written by me to tunes made famous by far more talented musicians. And I even get to work with some very talented musicians on them, such as Matt Young of Rover's Way, Lady Prudence, and Jim Hancock, as well as Queen Anne's Lace. So check those out. But what are our suggestions for what we're writing about today? Let us see. Going into the comments, London Fog said, hope I'm feeling better. Thank you very much. I am largely feeling better. Still have a bit of the cough, and my voice is a bit rough. Short stories and haikus we should talk about today. So a little bit more writing about writing. Short stories and haikus are what you're offering on Ko-fi. So ko-fi.com/Victorian London Fog. Go to that for short stories and haikus. Need to rework your pricing. All right. Yeah. So do we all. It's about finding the sweet spot, my friends. Topic. How doth thy garden grow? Well, with silver bells and cockle shells and pretty maids lined in a row. But how doth the garden grow? All right. That'll be fantastic. London Fog says, I sound like I swallowed some gravel. Thank you. I appreciate that. According to some people, I sound very much like Matt Berry right now. So I'm thinking I might have to record some lines doing Matt Berry for people. I'm just saying, you really are the most devious bastard in New York City. Or I come from Tucson, Arizona. Oh, hello, my lady wife. Bat. And things like that. Or just maybe Star Wars lines but as Matt Berry, or Shakespeare lines as Matt Berry. To be or not to be? That is the question. Whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take up arms against a sea of troubles and by opposing end them, to die, to sleep perchance, to dream. Aye, there's the rub. Oh, go rub one out. Why is every Matt Berry character so dirty, by the way? And why is the urge to go dirty inherent when doing that voice? I need must know. Wow, but I went so blue with that joke right there. I apologize. So we have one suggestion though so far of how doth the garden grow, or two suggestions, stories and haikus. So we can go in that. But let us see what we are doing. But what else can we throw in there today for a suggestion? I don't know. Well, also, my friends, whilst we are deciding on our topic for the day, I'd like to remind you all that you can join me right here at the Scarborough Renaissance Festival, April 5th through May 26th, srfestival.com for discount tickets. As Shakespeare, I shan't be here, but as the Bishop of York, who is a very silly little Scotsman, I am. So do come and join. And then my first show of the year as Shakespeare at a Renaissance fair shall be at the Oklahoma Renaissance Festival. Their closing weekend, May 31st, June 1st, then going to New Jersey, then Queensland, then Vermont, So I need to put all those banners up in here. So I'll have that for next week. I'll type them all out later after the show is over. But we have any other suggestions in here? Dirtiness follows London fog everywhere, even when don't contribute to it. In terms of the Matt Berry-ness, of course, yes, that's just how it goes. Yeah, that's how it goes, my darling. Yeah, he does have a bit of a gravelly voice there. But would this still work if I were trying to sing? I mean, because Matt Berry can sing with this voice. I'm not sure I can right now. Bermuda, Jamaica, ooh, I want to take it. Don't think it works. Right, but yes. So what are we writing about today? Because do we write about Shakespeare? Because tomorrow is Shakespeare's birthday. Happy Shakespeare's birthday to me, by the way. April 23rd, 1564. So what does that make me now? 261. Yeah, 261. Goodness gracious. Fun fact, 11 years ago, I was doing a Shakespeare 250th anniversary. 450th. Yeah, 261. 461. Shakespeare's 450th birthday party at the Philadelphia Free Library. And I got to hold a copy of the first folio. And it was amazing. It was absolutely brilliant. And I got to ruffle through it. It was brilliant, my friends. There's nothing quite like it. I offered to sign the frontispiece for them so they would have a signed copy. One of the librarians nearly had a heart attack at this. Another one thought it was quite funny. But let's see. Gardens is getting another vote here as a suggestion for what we write about. And then London Fog says, I have a question for you. If I were to be hugged by 2 3-foot goblins, how would I like to be hugged? I'm hugging people long distance via drawing. That is a great question. I actually know exactly how that works. I get hugged by 2 3-foot goblins all the time. They are my 8-year-old nieces. Sometimes they attack me on the legs, and sometimes they each jump and grab me right here and like wrap the legs around so I have one kind of balanced on each arm. And so that is a lot of fun. So either around the legs by these little goblins or just right here, like one on each side. It's a lot of fun. Or even like one on the legs and one on the torso. I mean, I've combated them all. St. Louis Mo, good day. Welcome to the show. When you were in college, you wrote a girlfriend a 10-page love letter in iambic pentameter. It is a fun way to try things. Can't believe that they are 8, says St. David Percival. Wow, time flies. It really does. That's how linear time works. The rest of us forget how fast it goes. And for them, it drags on for forever. Sai the Sword Swallower is here, with whom I am skiving off, practicing some sword fighting this day, saying hello from the roundabout stage. Hello, Sai. I'm glad that you have signal over there. It is brilliant. So let us get into this. It looks like we are writing about gardens today. That seems to be the winning suggestion here. So today we are writing a sonnet about gardens. Start putting your line suggestions into the comments. Again, we are looking at 10 syllables per line. Please stop eating Easter grass. Pippin, the floof of a tuck, right here off screen, was eating some Easter grass. I hope you all had a marvelous Easter if you celebrate. And if you don't, I hope you had a marvelous weekend. But throw your line suggestions into the comments. Remember, we are looking at 10 syllables per line. If you go a little short, that's fine. We can lengthen it. And if you go a little long, that's all right. We can shorten it. We have the technology. And this is a collaborative writing effort, my friends. So, Ode to Gardens. Mary, Mary, quite contrary, how doth your garden grow, with silver bells and cockle shells and pretty maids lined in a row? So getting everything ready to go. And in the meantime, my friends, while we are waiting for your lines to come in, line suggestions, I am going to just throw up another quick ad for Mab's Mobile Mercantile. Mab's Mobile Mercantile, making fantastic stuff that you didn't know you needed. And wonderful items to help you stay strong in this time where we make sure that we have no kings. Because remember, hashtag all kings are tyrants. You can get, for instance, this fantastic mug, the Resistor mug. Do not comply in advance. And at the bottom is a resistor. So get that at Mab's Mobile Mercantile. The price may have gone back up to $20, but when I got this and did the screenshot, it was $15. Absolutely wonderful. It is over in the sink, waiting to be washed right now. Otherwise, I'd be using it for the show. And of course, don't forget about Nat21 Adventures schedule overall. On Mondays, we have Modern Mondays with Lady Prudence at 8 p.m. Tuesdays, I'm normally here at 10 o'clock in the morning, Eastern Time, 9 o'clock Central, on with Writing Sonnets with Shakespeare. But today, I had other obligations. 8 o'clock tonight, we are wrapping up the Nat21 Adventures Space Jammer adventure. Wednesdays, 12:30 in the afternoon, Crafting with the Crew. 9 o'clock, Gothic Horror Gaming most Wednesdays. Thursdays at noon, Flash Phantasmagoria Stories with Handler Z. And 8 o'clock, the show of the week. And join us for all of that fun stuff. Here we go with our first line suggestions. The air is warming. Flowers are in bloom. The air is warming. Flowers are in bloom. Sally. My garden is starting really so slow. I now watch it daily. Go garden grow. Nice couplet there. St. Louis Mo with a suggestion. Dew-covered flowers graced by the sun. I like that. And Screaming Dragon is here as well. Good day to you, Screaming Dragon. Thank you for joining. And I'm going to hit the mute button for this call, right? Oh, I need to take some medicine, but thankfully, I'll be able to right after the show. Let's wet the whistle just a little bit. And expand the screen so we can all see it just a little bit better. Sally with another couplet. The bunnies and cats really like to play. They knock over my veggies. Munch, munch, swipe. Excuse me. I am so done with coughing. I apologize. I hate it so much. Small sprouts appearing from under the soil. Well done, Screaming Dragon. I like these two lines together. The air is warming, flowers are in bloom, small sprouts appearing from under the soil. Those two lines go very well together, so I think we are going to use them. This first line from Victorian London Fog. Second one from Screaming Dragon. There we go. Air is warming, flowers are in bloom, small sprouts appearing from under the soil. The bees go buzzing, busy at work. I like that. Busy bee, buzzy bee. Small sprouts appearing from under the soil. Uh, 11 syllables for this next line, I think, but this one's from me. I have an idea for a line, but let's get London Fogs in here. There we go. There we go. Spring is the time when the world comes to life. Tend to this garden is my sweet summer doom. Screaming Dragon with another line. The great joy they bring, it brightens my heart. Those aren't words that I just put in. This garden is my sweet summer doom. All right, let's see if we like this. The air is warming, flowers are in bloom, small sprouts appearing from under the soil. To tend this garden is my sweet summer doom. Raking, hoeing, planting, my joy is toil. I like it. Moving on. I like this. Spring is the time when the world comes to life. I like that. That back over there. Spring is the time when the world comes to life. The bees go a-buzzing, busy at work. I like that as well. Buzz, 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 little bee. Buzz, buzz, buzz. Spring is the time when the world comes to life. The bees go a-buzzy, busy at work. Here's a bird song that flits overhead. A spoonful of sugar, I think, with a smile. I like that. Spring is the time when the world comes to life. The bees go a-buzzing, busy at work. Our mutual labours are worth the strife. Flowers, veggies. Flowers. Flowers picked. Veggies. Weeds pulled. Flowers picked. Veggies. No. Oh, right. I see a line here from London Fog. That'll work. Gardening, one task that I never shirk. All right, we have two stanzas here, my friends. The air is warming, flowers are in bloom, small sprouts appearing from under the soil. To tend this garden is my sweet summer doom. Raking, hoeing, planting, my joy is toil. All right, and I think that deserves a colon right there. Spring is the time when the world comes to life. The bees go a-buzzing, busy at work. Our mutual labours are worth the strife. Gardening, one task that I will never shirk. All right, and moving on into our third stanza. And Sally is saying, with a correction of the next comment, fruition, I must dare say, my garden blooms, I harvest it today. I must dare say, my garden blooms, I harvest it today. That's lovely. That's lovely right there. Dew-covered flowers graced by the sun. The bird song that flits overhead. It's graced by the sun. I hear the bird song that flits overhead. It's never complete. It's never complete. Oh, that's a better line than I was thinking of. London Fog, thank you. I didn't quite hit mute. Sorry about that. But that is a much better line than I was thinking of. Sublime 201. The buds have all flowered. Sublime 201. If I don't enjoy this, assume that I'm dead. Yeah, we're not using that one. Yeah, I'm glad you're just kidding, because, yeah, we're not using that one there. 9, 2, 1. 11. There we go. Dew-covered flowers graced by the sun. I hear the bird song that flits overhead. The birds have all flowered sublime to a one. To think I nearly went kayaking instead. If there's a better line, throw it in, but I don't hate that one right there. I know if you're new to the program, by the way, I usually don't insert so many of my own lines, but today I'm rather enjoying where the inspiration is going. I'm normally just the editor throwing things around, but today it's very much of a me episode, apparently. But we might have our first three stanzas, so let's try this. The air is warming, flowers are in bloom, small sprouts appearing from under the soil. To tend this garden is my sweet summer doom, raking, hoeing, planting, my joy is toil. Spring is the time when the world comes to life, the bees go buzzing at work. Our mutual labours are worth the strife, gardening, one task that I never shirk. Dew-covered flowers graced by the sun, I hear the bird song that flits overhead. The buds have all flowered, sublime to a one. To think I nearly went kayaking instead. London Fog saying, said, by the way, well, it's almost your birthday, so you might as well be the center of attention. Indeed, yes. Just like the Queen, her late Majesty did, and now His Majesty, I get 2 birthdays. I get my own personal birthday. Mine is in December, by the way, if you want. 8th December, go ahead. But 23rd April is Shakespeare's birthday. That's tomorrow. And so Shakespeare's birthday, it's amazing. It's wonderful to actually be the personification for so many people. For every year, thousands of birthday wishes come in. On Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube comments, on an email, and a couple physical letters or cards as well, wishing Shakespeare a very happy birthday. And just like for Father Christmas, when kids write their letters, I get to be the personification of Shakespeare. And people wishing Shakespeare a happy birthday 400 plus years after he went to his grave. It is a very big honor. And for 20 years now, I've gotten to enjoy this, and it's amazing. And I'm always touched by it. So I hope you speak like Shakespeare tomorrow, my friends. But let us finish this sonnet. And if there is a better final line here, instead of to think I nearly went kayaking instead, to think I nearly went abroad instead. Yeah, no, I think I nearly went kayaking. It's a funnier line to say kayaking. But yeah, let's do the final couplet here and then close out the show. Thank you so very much, Sally. All right. Let's see. Oh, I'm going to take these 2 lines here, I think, and I'm going to alter the one. But Sally, I think that is what I'm going to do here. This couplet from Sally, I'm going to alter. Here we go. So, the air is warming, flowers are in bloom, small sprouts appearing from under the soil. To tend this garden is my sweet summer doom. Raking, hoeing, planting, my joyous toil. Spring is the time when the world comes to life. The bees go a-buzzing, busy at work. Our mutual labours are worth the strife. Gardening, one task that I never shirk. Dew-covered flowers graced by the sun. I hear the birdsong that flits overhead. The buds have all flowered, sublime to a one. To think I nearly went kayaking instead. Though the process began so very slow, I now watch it daily. Go, garden, go. Oh, this is cute. I like this. I like this one, my friends. And what shall we call this one? Let us have suggestions for a title in the comments here. And London Fog going to make me a present for tomorrow. All right. Thank you. I appreciate you. Oh, well, while we are thinking of titles, I also want to thank all of our patrons on the channel, for all of my patrons for Shakespeare Approves. Patreon.com/Shakespeare. You make this show possible. You make my life possible. If it weren't for the support I get from you, this wouldn't be quite as doable as it is. So I'd like to thank you all. And even if you can't make the monthly commitment to become and join a patron, the Patreon, you can get individual rewards as just like a $5 one-off if you're ever interested. For instance, Richard Too Fast, Too Furious was put up in March. So April, I'm going to be putting up another one here, and also an extra little one that is going to remain a surprise for all you all. But you can go to patreon.com/Shakespeare in order to become a member of my Patreon and becoming a Patreon of the arts. You can also become a Patreon saint of Nat21 Adventures and support the channel by going to patreon.com/Nat21 Adventures, become a Grand Saint and join the monthly game. That is once a month, usually on a Thursday. And you will be playing with various Nat21 Adventures characters and performers. You can also just come in at any tier that is helpful, but for that you get all sorts of rewards, including throwing down bonuses and detractions away from your players during some of the live games, such as the main shows on Tuesdays or Gothic Horror Gaming on Thursdays. Reminder also that we are brought to you by Destination D&D. We are going to England in July and New Orleans in November. Find out more information at destinationdnd.com or scan that QR code on your screen right now. And Mab's Mobile Mercantile, among other things, get the Resistor mug because, my friends, one of my favorite hashtags, as always, is all kings are tyrants. Just say no to kings. Even though I'm English, Americans, you all did it 200 plus years ago, nearly 250. So, starting 250 years ago, this year, last weekend, with Concord and Lexington. So maintain that spirit. Do that. All kings are tyrants, including Chucky. But let's see what we have. Let's see. Some title suggestions. Growth Spurt. Ooh. The Sprouting Spring. Ooh. And London Fog says Sprouting Spring is better. So yeah, the Sprouting Spring, named by Sally. Yes, let's do that. The Sprouting Spring for our title. And come in and take this here at the bottom. April 22nd. 2025. All right, my friends, let's do one more reading of our poem, and I will get out of your hair. So, here we go. The Sprouting Spring. The air is warming, flowers are in bloom, small sprouts appearing from under the soil. To tend this garden is my sweet summer doom, raking, hoeing, planting, my joyous toil. Spring is the time when the world comes to life. The bees go a-buzzing, busy at work. Our mutual labours are worth the strife. Gardening, one task that I never shirk. Dew-covered flowers, graced by the sun. I hear the bird's song that flits overhead. The buds have all flowered, sublime to a one. To think, I nearly went kayaking instead. Though the process began so very slow, I now watch it daily. Go, garden, go. My friends, that is a perfectly good sonnet. And I think that is a great spot to end. So thank you for joining me today on Writing Sonnets with Shakespeare. I'm your friendly neighborhood Shakespeare. Please do remember to follow me in all of the right places. You can follow all of my socials, Linktree, Shakespeare.approves. Facebook, of course, is my main one, where I have the most people, but follow me everywhere else. Instagram, Threads, even TikTok, however long that lasts. Go buy my albums at shakespeareapproves.bandcamp.com. I do have 2 albums, my friends. They're right there. There's Midsummer Night, Shakespeare Summertime Study Guide, and Are You There, God? It's me, Shakespeare. And of course, please do support if you can on Patreon or at coffee.com/Shakespeare and buy me a cuppa. In fact, let's have one last noisy slurp before we end. Not just good internet audio. I don't care who you are. Anyway, my friends, I love you. You love me. There is mutual glorious affection. And until next time, thank you so much. I will see you soon. Last couple of comments coming in. Sally saying, saw several ginormous honeybees this morning. Huzzah. Billy over on YouTube saying, this was the first time visiting the channel. Very cool. Thank you so much for visiting, Billy. Please like and subscribe. Click the bell. I'll be back next week. London Fog saying, bumbling like they do about the bees. Goodbye, says Screaming Dragon. Thanks for the sonnet time. Thanks, London Fog. This was lovely, everybody. I love you. You love me. There's mutual glorious affection, everybody. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.